So in this video, I'm going to talk about end-to-end, everything you need to know and everything you need to consider on a high level to succeed on Upwork. I've made well over $100,000 through this platform myself with my own freelancer account. I also run an agency called Upmatch, which I've serviced over 200 clients to help them succeed on Upwork. So I know a thing or two about the platform. Now, everything I'm going to go through in this video are things that I implemented myself. And when I did, I found the exact period when I started implementing these things. You can see the revenue change. Just in this 3-month period, I generated 16,290 GBP, which converts to 21,658, specifically from the things I'm going to go through in this video. Upwork has become very competitive, so you need a way to stand out. And with these things, we're going to go through how to do that. So let me break down a starting point. The key to Upwork success, it's very simple. You need a good bidding strategy, you need a good profile, and you need a good sales pitch. That is it. That is all you need end to end. You need a good bidding strategy so that people see your application and think this person is worth speaking to. You need a good profile so they look at your profile and think, yes, this person is experienced in my field. And you need a good sales pitch so when you speak to them, they are willing to pull out their credit card and pay you for the service. Very important. These are the 3 things you need. It's really not that difficult when you break it down from a bird's eye view. So how do we do this? First, you need a good bidding strategy. A good bidding strategy, number 1, is about consistency. Every single day bid. When I started on Upwork, I bidded on 10 to 20 contracts every day without fail. I did that for a month without seeing crazy performance or even a return heavily in that period. You have to be consistent because it's going to help you rank. It's going to get you more outreach. Upwork starts to see that you're serious, so you do rank on the platform. And it's more likely with volume, you're going to land 1, 2 clients, which get you reviews, which make it easier. Consistency. Pick a number, hit it every day, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, whether it's 20. Now, there's 3 tactics that I and all the clients inside of Upmatch use. The first is Loom videos. Now, with Loom videos, you only need to make 1 video. And the way I did it is I recorded a video saying, hey, I just came across your Upwork contract. I think I'm perfectly suited for what it is you're looking for. My name is Ali. I'm a Facebook ad specialist, been doing this for 7 years. Here's a few clients that I've worked with. It's like a 2-3 minute video, very basic. But I started the video off saying I just came across your Upwork contract. And I do that intentionally because, and like I say, I only recorded this one time. What I would do if I'm bidding on 5 contracts a day, I would re-upload that same Loom video 5 times a day, but I change the title so the title matches the Upwork contract. And then I'd link that Loom video inside of the cover letter. And what that does, when people come and watch the video, they'll notice that the title of the video matches the title of their contract. So they'll think, this person possibly made this video just for me. A lot of people will believe that. So it gives the impression of personalized looms without actually needing to make a video for every contract. You only need to make it once. Very impactful. Increases your response rate instantaneously. Now, alternatively, if you really want to go all in, you can make a personalized loom for every single contract. Now, that will take a lot of time. I've gone through periods where I've done this and it does increase your response rate. But if you're bidding on 15 contracts a day, that'll take like 3 hours because you need to read the description, make a personalized loom. But these are the 2 tactics. You can make a personalized loom for every contract, or you can make 1 and re-upload it and regurgitate it. The second thing is a personalized cover letter, making sure that the message you send the client in the cover letter is tailored to the description. If you want a fast way to do this, use ChatGPT. It's really simple because ChatGPT, you can feed it your template cover letter and say, hey, here's this job description for this contract I'm about to apply to, tailor it. And it will tailor your cover letter to that contract. And then you can just copy and paste. So really simple. The third is bidding on recent contracts. Do not bid on contracts that came out a week ago. There is no point. There is no benefit. The response rate is going to be extremely low and you're just burning money on connects. And one other thing you can add in here is only applying to contracts where the prospect has a verified payment method attached. You can actually see this when you look at the contract. It says verified payment method attached. And that's because that person is likely more serious. They've signed up to Upwork. They've uploaded their credit card. So, they're very likely to pay or look for a freelancer on the platform. Now, the second thing is how do you deal with client responses? Now, you've done a very good bidding outreach. You've done it consistently. You're going to start getting responses. That is going to happen if you're consistent. You only have one objective with this through the chat. Through chat, your objective is get on a call. You can see here, I mean, I was very lucky with Whitney. Whitney turned into a close client, but Whitney said, can we get on a call this week? I said, yes, are you available this time? And I just locked them in. But there's many other leads here that they responded with questions. Hey, Ali, I just have a few questions about your experience. They didn't ask me for a call immediately, but my response and my objective is always to get on a call. So I would respond to their questions, loosely answering it and saying, I'd love to get on a call to ask you a few questions about your project so I can answer these properly for you. Or I would find a way to twist it where I need to get on a call with them in order to answer their questions. Very important you get on a call, because on the call is where you're going to convince them to pull out their card and pay you, especially if you're selling a high ticket service. If you're selling stuff for more than £750 a month on retainer or $1,000 a month on retainer, getting on a call is the fastest way to convince them to pay that. Get on a call. It's the best thing you could possibly do. And once you're on a call with them, you need sales skills. So this is where a lot of people fail on Upwork, because they bid consistently, they bid hard, but then when a client messages them, they don't know how to convert them into a paying client. It's so important that when you get on a call with them, you have a structure to how to conduct the call. You don't want them to lead the call, you have to lead it. By you leading it, you can direct the conversation where you want, which is more convincing for them to actually pull out their card and pay you. I have a full video on my YouTube channel which breaks down exactly the structure of how these calls should go on Upwork. I conducted all of my calls through Upwork exactly the same way. So watch that YouTube video because that might be very, very useful for you. But essentially the breakdown is this. You start off with an icebreaker, that's like 1 minute. Hey, where are you calling from? Oh, the weather must be great there. Whatever. Discovery. This can last anywhere up to 15 minutes. This is about asking them about the project, the requirements, their business, everything there is to know so you can consume information about this person's pain point. What do they need help with? Now that you understand that, take 2 minutes to just pitch yourself. But like, okay, so you need a Facebook ad specialist for your jewelry brand. Well, I can tell you that I've worked with many e-commerce brands in the jewelry space. I've also worked with e-commerce brands that are selling tents, jewelry, baby products, whatever it is. You're basically pitching yourself and explaining how your experience fits with their pain point. And then you provide an execution plan. So here's how I would approach your jewelry brand and how I would promote it on Facebook ads. I would launch a CBO campaign with 17 ads. I'd do image ads, whatever it is. Basically, the whole point of this is to establish your credibility. You are the expert. By breaking down a strategy from the information they've given you, you look like the person that they should work with. And this is a risky option, but you can exchange contact details on the call. It does break Upwork's policy, so be very careful with this. I used to do it. That is not why I got banned. I did get banned through the platform. I made a whole video about why that happened, but it is risky because if Upwork find out, they cancel they can block your entire account. And the reason I do this is because I want to add them to my lead list. You need to chase up with this person. You've now had a conversation with them for 40 minutes. You've convinced them you're the person, but you've quoted them $2,000. Well, maybe they need a minute to think about it. Maybe they need a day or two. You know, that's why you get their number. So you can call them a day later or 2 days later. Hey, just following up. Did you have a chance to think about it? Or do you have any questions about the call we had yesterday? Anything like this. Add them to the lead list. This is what my lead list looks like. Very simple. Name, company, platform. Platform is where I have communication with them. Do I have their WhatsApp or is it just Upwork? Details. What did I quote them? I quoted this person £900. I quoted this person £750. Agreed. So they agreed to the pricing. I put notes of whoever the prospect is and what the situation is. A lead list is important, and a lead list is where the money is. So that's why I personally took their WhatsApp number, but you can do this through Upwork chat. Don't have to take their contact details, email, and phone number if you're uncomfortable with it. Remember, it does break Upwork's policy, so do so at your own risk if you do. Now, before I get into the profile, which I'm going to do after this, and how to optimize it, I want to talk about asking reviews. You've battled so hard to get this first couple of clients. You've been bidding consistently. You've gotten them on a call. You've taken the sales call. You may have been nervous because you're not used to it, and you've gotten through it. And you've chased them up, and you've got a close, and you've delivered the service. Asking for a review is going to make the next time you go through this easier because your profile is going to look better. Don't be embarrassed to ask for reviews. And you can ask for it in such a simple way. Be like, hey, John, I've really enjoyed working with you. Just a quick favor, if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it if you took a time to leave a review on my profile. It means a lot for me. I'd really appreciate the support. Thank you. Very simple. You'd be surprised. Very rarely would anybody have a problem with this unless you delivered a very bad service, in which case, don't ask. Asking for reviews is going to make it easier. So do that, because then when you go back to here and you're bidding, you get more responses, you get more calls, you get more sales calls, you get more people in your lead list, and the funnel starts to snowball. And essentially what I'm getting at is going from 0 to 5K is harder than 5 to 50K because of this. After you get to 5K, you have 5K earnings on your profile. You have a job success score, which is hopefully above 90%. You have reviews if you've asked for it. You've got testimonials, you've got more things to add to your portfolio. Going from 0 to 5K is so much harder than going 5K to 50K. I promise you. You're battling the uphill battle of a new account. And Upwork is becoming more competitive. I think the user base is growing 17% year on year. You can look it up. And you need to be able to get out of this new account zone where most people live. And by getting out of there, you ask for reviews, you bid consistently. It's the only way, and you bid in a smart way. Like I said, bidding is how you stand out. Use Loom videos, use cover letters. That's going to help you get to the 5K. You have to do that. If you're just bidding like everyone else, good luck. Now, I want to talk about the profile. You want your profile to be filled. You want it to look professional. And you do this by, number one, having a good title. How do you have a good title? You look at the competitors. Look at other people in your space that are crushing it. And you can see that they're crushing it because their earnings publicly is like 200, 300K. Look at their title. And don't copy them, but take inspiration. Understand the structure that worked for them and use that. Have a profile description that's well written out. It explains your experience. It explains the services that you have. What sets you apart. How much experience you have in this space, right? A really nice one. I like to have emojis at the top because I found from my experience on this account, it got me a better response rate. I don't know why. Maybe shiny things appeals to a lot more people. Your thumbnails in your portfolio, you can make some really nice thumbnails in Canva that have a consistent theme, look professional, and just by looking at the photo, you can see what the achievement was. I took Gloss Kitchens from 0 to 45K in revenue in 30 days. This is true. I did this through Facebook ads. I took this aesthetic clinic. I got this aesthetic clinic, 182 leads in 30 days at a cost of £1.809 per lead. These are true statistics. And these thumbnails make it clear what it is without them having to click on it. The more things you have in your portfolio, the easier this is going to be for you. You can see I've got loads. And they all, well, the first 3 have that theme. The rest, I didn't find it that important to do so. But the first page, make it clean, make it look professional, make it look like you've worked on your profile. Video introduction is not essential, but if you're really trying to stand out, this will help. It's a 1-minute video. Hello, so I decided to make this video to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Facebook ad specialist, blah, blah, blah. Here's a few brands that I've worked with. Very simple video, 59 seconds. It really didn't take long for me to film this, and you can film it with an iPhone. It will just make your profile more welcoming, more personable. Reviews will come later. Add stuff into your education. Add your degree if you have one. Add any sort of certification that you've achieved in a relation to your skill set. Make sure you fill out your skills because this is going to help you rank. Now, on Upwork, you can request for testimonials of clients that you've worked with outside of Upwork. This is very, very useful because initially, if you have absolutely no experience working with any clients, ask your friend to leave you one testimonial. And you do this by coming in here, clicking the plus button and sending them their email. You need to also attach their LinkedIn URL. And once they fill it out, about 2 weeks later, it pops up in your Upwork account. It's worth doing. Certifications, fill this out where you can, whatever you can. I think I put anything here, lead generation specialist. This is just what I do. The provider was my own agency. It just have it here for it to be filled. Employment history. These are some clients I worked with, other experiences. So you can see it's filled. You want a filled profile. Add things to your experience. Add things to your portfolio. Make thumbnails in Canva. Make a good profile description. Have a good title. And add a video introduction. You only need to do that once, and now you have a filled profile. And when you couple that with good reviews and a good job success, and I did have a top-rated badge, but it disappears when they block your account, and a top-rated badge, this becomes substantially easier You'll literally fall into a snowball effect, and going from 5 to 50K will be easier for you because you've done all the hard work here. Now, please do not judge performance in the first 30 days. Be consistent. It doesn't matter what acquisition channel you're trying to go through, because you want clients. You can get clients through email marketing. You can get clients through Facebook ads. You can get clients through YouTube, Instagram, organic. You can get clients through Upwork. But if you're only willing to dedicate 30 days to trying any of these, it's going to be very hard for any of them to work. If you can't make Upwork work, how are you going to make any acquisition channel work in 30 days? You need to be consistent. Don't judge your performance in 30 days. Review your performance. Don't judge it. Don't decide I quit. Review your performance and see, okay, how much did I spend on connects? How many meetings did I get? How many people did I close? What area do I need to improve on? Did I have calls but I didn't close anyone? I need to sell better. Did I get no responses? I need to bid better. Did I get loads of views but no messages? My profile needs to be better. You need to review and optimize, but don't quit after 30 days. Because I promise you, if you do 90 days of bidding consistently, I guarantee you will succeed on Upwork if you actually did it consistently. Very rarely does this fail. And I'm telling you as someone who's worked with so many clients, helped them grow on Upwork. I have experience with my own account as well. I'm telling you, 90 days. If you committed to 90 days and it didn't work, fine. You can come and blame me, but it's very unlikely. You need to be consistent. Now, consistency is the backbone of Upwork success. Like I say, if you can't do this, if you can't do Upwork, which is filled with warm leads, how are you going to make any other acquisition channel work? If you're going to do email marketing, cold emails, if you're going to do YouTube organic, if you're going to do Facebook ads, how are you going to make that work when it also costs money and it's cold outreach? Upwork is warm outreach. These are people who want your service. If you can't make this one work, how are you going to get clients? You got warm leads all in one place. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, those are the 8. Those are the 8. Number 1, have this bidding strategy in place. Loom videos, cover letters, bid on only recent contracts. Get on a call with them when they respond. Make sure you have a sales call structure that you're consistent with. You do the same structure every single call. Have a lead list so you can chase up with the clients consistently and you don't let anyone fall through the pipeline. Once you've completed, ask for a review so your profile is better. And now you fall in the snowball effect. It gets easier. You'll go from 0 to 5K easily, more easily than you would if you didn't follow these. And 5 to 50K will be a lot easier for you. And be consistent. Don't judge things on 30 days. You need this to work because how else are you going to get clients? Now, hopefully you guys found some value in this video. If you have any questions, comment them down below. If there's anything specific you want me to make as a video to help you through Upwork, if you want me to go more in depth on how to bid, if you want me to do it live, feel free to comment it down below, guys. I make these videos to try and help people who are freelancing on Upwork and trying to get clients. And if you want support from me and my team, we have a complete operation now. We have 17 members of staff. You get access directly to me and we basically bid for you and take care of all of this to grow your account. And we support you with every aspect of what I've gone through in this. If you want that, feel free to book down below. You do need money to invest to be able to work with us because we have a very specific bidding strategy and you need to be able to fund the connects consistently. So feel free to book in there if that's something that you want to do or speak with me and my team about. And until next time.